Next one will be the Swordsman. You know it as the Witch Hunter. So we're going to have a look on this one next. Oh, Frankie, I think you might really enjoy the Shaman Healer on Interbellum when it comes out, because there's a healer here and you drop mushrooms all over the place for people to pick up and stuff like that. It's a totally new experience, this one. And for the DPS friends of the Shaman also, we have... we also have stealth shamans here, so it should be very interesting. But today we're here for the Empire classes. So hold on a second, because I'll be talking too much. Man, I'm telling you, talking this much really gets your mouth dry. All right, let's go and see the Witch Hunter and what the crazy people have done here. So the Witch Hunter has been renamed to Swordsman. It has 3 hard specializations called Free Company, Witch Hunter, and Outrider. I'm on my 4th coffee. So we have, let's see, we have DPS, Free Company, DPS, Witch Hunter, and Offensive Support, Outrider. Let's go and see what are the differences. So combo points, passive combo points last 20 seconds on the target and stack up to 5 times. Executes have their own action point cost reduced by 20% per combo point on the target. So the points are building for 20 seconds on the target, which means you can build 5 points on one target, 5 points on the other one, and go execute. You don't have to build them on yourself. Strike basic attack deals 4% melee attack power and 30 piercing damage to target enemy, generates 22 action points. Torment, 36 action points. Also, please note that the melee range on Interbellum, because I've been watching that as we were doing the tanks and stuff, is not 5 feet, it's 8 feet. All right, so it's a little bit more range there. So Torment, 36 action points, deals 21% melee attack power, 280 piercing damage to target enemy, generates 1 combo point. Burn at the Stake. Execute applies an affliction to the target for 10 seconds. For the duration, target gains 1 stack of purity and takes 18% melee attack power, 140 Igor damage. That's spell damage, type of spell damage. Every 2 seconds, the last tick will deal 23% melee attack power and 305 impact damage. No cooldown, instant, but it is 150 action points. That is 50% of your action points. Charge, movement skill for the next 8 seconds. Your movement speed is increased by 40%. I don't think Witch Hunters had charge in the original game. Fervor, 50 action points, applies a 21-second alignment and 1 combo point to target enemy. For the duration, target takes 15% melee attack power, 190 Igor damage every 3 seconds. Bind weapon, that is a disarm. Seal of Wilhelm, 30 action points, 30 seconds cooldown, instant cast. You gain a blessing for the next 10 seconds. You gain 1,500 armor, but lose 1,500 corporeal resistance, elemental resistance, and spiritual resistance. So basically, you trade your elemental resistances in general, or resistances, for 1,500 armor. I don't know how much is 1,500 armor, because the numbers are different on Interbellum. I don't know if it's, you know, a fair trade or not at this point. Vigilance, that is your detaunt. You receive 50% less damage, but your outgoing damage is also reduced by 90%, so you do fuck all. Racial tactics remain the same. Witch Hunter, however, on the Emperor's Ward, it doesn't apply shields to the whole group whenever he uses a basic attack, but he gains shields 400 absorb for 3 seconds for himself. Everything else is the same as we've seen on the rest of the classes. So whenever you receive a direct heal, you'll also be healed 120 plus 8%, so you get a hands healing on yourself. Sanction Murder, whenever you critically hit an enemy, you will generate 1 combo point. And Waylay, okay, those two are a bit different. Career Technique, Waylay, Burn at the Stake, Rapture, Blessed Bullet, and Hallowed Bullet have 30% chance per combo point consumed to generate a combo point on the target. Okay. Weapon Aptitude, Free Company, dual yield one-handed swords. Ooh. So we have a Witch Hunter with 2 swords. Finally. Nerve Morale 1 deals 50% melee attack power, 400 piercing damage to target. Broad Swings makes your, for 10 seconds, your single target abilities hitting 2 more targets. Force of Will, you gain action points, you and your group mates, and reduces your cost by 75. Typical morals, we all know those. Frenzied Slaughter, all group mates, that's morale 4 with 100 feet, gain a buff for 15 seconds, 40% outgoing damage, 50% reduced cooldowns. And now we'll go to the interesting part, because that's pretty much the same for, you know, it's racial stuff, most of them, so we already see them 3 times. So here we start getting a bit more interesting. Say we have stats. State-issued weapons, passive. Whenever you use an execute, your next 1 ability will deal an additional 6% melee attack power and 80 piercing damage. You can buff that all the way up to your next 5 abilities. So I suppose using building up 5 points during an execute, then your next abilities are really buffed, which is nice. Fleet-footed, standard tactic for all melees. You get 50% increased movement, you lose mass. More stats here. Razor Strike, 75 action points. Deal 10% melee attack power and 126 piercing damage to up to 9 enemies within 30 feet in front of you. You will generate a combo point for each target hit. So if you hit 9 people, suppose they max out. I don't know if each one of them gets a point, or if you hit 9, they'll get maxed out 5 instantly. But that is interesting. Exquisite Swordsmanship. Morale 1. You gain a buff for 3 seconds that increases your dodge by 100%. Sorry, I said 100%. It says by 100. It could be 100 as a statistic number, but I think we've seen 100% on some other classes. So also don't forget, some of these tooltips, you know, they might have small mistakes, you know, the guy's doing the best that they can. Next line, unfair advantage, career tactic again. Whenever you hit an enemy you are flanking, you will gain a buff for 2 seconds. For the duration, you will gain outgoing damage equal to 100% of your accuracy. So you don't, it's basically with this, you can run around the target as usually most people do, but you don't have to use a specific skill. You just have to hit them behind if it happens, and then you get 2 seconds increased damage. More sense than just have to use specific skills, since you never know if you're 180, 179, 181, you know, because that kind of counts as behind. Fervent Fury. Tactic again. Fervor now applies a cripple with steel damage and applies 1 combo point to the target every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, it lasts 21, so holy crap, that can really give you 4 combo points passively. Seal of Van Horstman. 30 action points. You gain a blessing for the next 10 seconds. You gain 3,000 corporeal resistance, elemental resistance, and spiritual resistance, but lose 1,500 armor. So suppose this is the reverse of Shield of Wilhelm. So here you lose resistances and gain armor. Here you lose armor. And you gain resistances. More stats, improve vigilance. That just reduces the outgoing damage when you debuff from 90% to 75. Sorry, to 45. More stats. Multi-hit combo, morale 2. Applies 5 combo points up to 9 enemies within 30 feet of you. Ooh, that morale 2 must be really powerful in groups. You max out the points on everybody and just go execute, execute. Although, so far we found 1 execute, which is half your action points, so you could maximum do 2. So the other thing I don't know, but I'm going to ask if I remember, is if a witch hunter builds the combo points on a target, right? Can a different witch hunter use execute on the target? Because the combo points are being built on the enemy target, not the witch hunter himself or herself. Can I build the points and have, let's say, Frankie use his witch hunter to use execute? That would be interesting now. Somebody goes, hey guys, I'm going morale 2, 5 points on every 9 people in front of them, and then witch hunters pop up and go execute, 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 execute. That will create something interesting and annoying. I don't know, but I just thought about it since they're built on the target. And Carrot's Confession. Whenever you hit an enemy with an execute, you will apply 2 stacks of reduced block and 3 stacks of purity on them. Nice tactic. Extra crit, you can max that out for 5 points and you can increase your critical hit by 10%. Blood, Faith, and Fire tactic. Burn at the stake, Fervor, and Rapture can now critically hit. I don't get this one. I mean, we already have, I'm assuming the characters will have their own critical hit. So is it telling us with this that Stake, Fervor, and Rapture cannot crit? Because as far as I know, you start with 25% crit chance. Unless this makes it a guarantee always crit. Anyways, we'll find out when the time comes, but I'm putting a little bit of a question mark there. Efficient Strikes, passive. Your basic attack has a 20% chance to generate 1 combo point on the target. And it's 40% if you buff it up. Trial by Pain is another execute castable while moving, 8 feet range. Return of Reckoning, Age of Reckoning executes at 35 feet. As far as I remember, most of them, especially this one with a gun. 8 feet range. How much is this one? Burn at the Stake, 8 feet. So all in melee range. Deal 10% melee attack power, 123 piercing damage to target enemy and up to 8 other enemies within 30 feet of them every second. So 1 target and 8 around them, 30 feet. Okay, so that's an AoE one. This one also can be enhanced by Pain Unleashed, passive. Reduce the channel duration and tick interval of Trial by Pain by 5% by 15%. So you make it a lot more bestier. I suppose this is the same mechanism we've seen on the Shaman and the Archmage on Age of Return of Reckoning that reduces the tick and duration for more faster damage. Sweeping Razor tactic. Razor Strike, Spread Shot, and Trial by Pain can now hit up to 24 enemies. Reminder, right? Because, okay, you only have like 31 points and you can't pick everything. However, when it comes to tactics, you can change tactics in combat. So you could start a small fight, let's say a 1v1, and then you see a warband coming and another warband from your side coming in, and you want to be part of the action. You can like go towards your warband while you're running, switch your tactics from single target, and let's say you switch that one to AoE, and you can go while you're fighting from single target to AoE, since that's what these tactics do. Protection from Heresy, passive. Whenever you use, there's an E missing there. Whenever you use Seal of Willem or Seal of Van Frostman, you will gain 1 stack of a buff for 10 seconds. Each stack grants 20 plus 20% dodge and is dispelled whenever you dodge. 3 ranks, so you get 3 stacks of the buff. So you get basically 20% dodge and dispel. So you get 3 stacks, 3 chances to dodge, which increases your dodge by 20%. So you only get 20%, but you only lose a stack every time you dodge. So whenever you use Seal of Valheim or Seal of Frost, this is the 2 shields that you lose armor to gain resistances, or you lose resistances to gain armor. So if you use those and you have this passive, you also get 20% dodge. So it's kind of like a middle compensation. You lose your, because dodge works pretty much for everything. No one expects the Inquisition, really. Career tactic. The first time you hit a target, you will generate 5 combo points on them. This effect can only happen once every 20 seconds. Yeah. It could be a useful tactic for solo players. I mean, although Witch Hunters on this, they also get, with the tactic, they get 3 spells which are AoE and they can freely use them in warband play. But if you're going to roam out there, I suppose you can come out of stealth. Oh, hold on a second. I didn't see any stealth yet. You can hit somebody, get 5 combo points to execute early on, burst damage, and then, the fight probably is going to carry on there. Could be useful. Emperor's Champion, you gain a buff for 20 seconds, increasing 250 points of ballistic, intelligence, and strength. That's a morale 3. Loved by All, renowned tactic. You always have immovable. Your mass is decreased by 2. Sealmaster. So immovable, that's just for me to remember here a little bit, is it's the one that you're not allowed to be CC'd again for movement. So you're pretty much immune to that. But your mass is decreased by 2 for everything else. Sealmaster. Seal of Frostman and Seal of Wilhelm no longer have negative effects and have a 20-second cooldown. Ooh, that's even better. So you don't lose armor for resistances, you just get the resistances. But you lose a tactic. There's the trade-off. Smash applies knockdown. Ooh, you take it really way down the build there. Emperor's Finest, passive. Whenever you critically hit an enemy, you will apply a 3-second alignment to them which cannot refresh. At the end of the duration, you will deal... I've lost it. You will deal 40 plus 6% melee attack power impact damage to them. In addition, your potency is reduced by 15%. Oh, fuck that. Dude, there is no stealth. I didn't see any stealth. Okay, so looks like this is a non-stealthy one. Rupture. Execute applies a 21-second debuff to target enemy, which can stack up to 3 times. For the duration, target takes 25% melee attack power, 330 Igor damage every 3 seconds. And the Zerg passing ability is Whirlwind. It's a 3-second channel. It deals 6% melee attack power and 20 piercing damage up to 96 enemies within 30 feet of you every 0.5 seconds. Each enemy hit will give you a stack of a buff that gives you 10% outgoing damage up to 100 stacks. Alright, so basically jump in there. 30 feet of you every 0.5 seconds and increase the damage every time you hit an enemy. Just keep running, man. Just have, I don't know, have a couple of room priests, drop some shields on you, has a couple of hots, jump in the middle of fucking warband, just go, woo! Alright, so, still the same mechanism as the Witch Hunters we know with the combo points. The difference is the combo points last 20 seconds. The combo points are built on the target, so you could have 5 points in target A and 5 points in target B. As long as you have 300 action points, which is your maximum, you can go execute A, execute B, assist in 2 different kills if you want to. And you can buff those, and you have a little bit of those shields, which you gain more armor, you lose resistances, you gain resistance, you lose armor, you can play with that a little bit. But no stealthy. So Free Company does not have stealth, and this guy's equipped dual yield one-handed swords. Let's go and see the Witch Hunter. Second DPS specialization for the Swordsman. So the combo point is still there. Steel and Gunpowder. Basic attack. Deal 3% ranged attack power and 15 piercing damage to target enemy and generate 11 action points. Deals an additional 3% melee attack power and 15 piercing damage as a second hit and generates 11 more action points if you are within 8 feet of them. So it has a maximum of 50 feet, but if you're close at 8 feet, which is melee range, you get an extra shot and you get extra damage and more action points. Stalk. No cost ability, 2.5 seconds cast, 45 seconds cooldown, castable while moving. It's a movement skill. You become invisible to enemies for up to 5 minutes. Your action points per second is set to -5, and you will come out of Stalk if you reach 0 action points. Now, just to clarify something here to the best of my ability, because I know you already heard this, 5 minutes stealth, right? So, okay, I don't know how exactly this works, but as you can see, you don't lose action points while you're in stealth. Your regeneration goes to -5. Now, this is something I have to explain to us a little bit, but I think it may say up to 5 minutes, but I don't think you're going to stay 5 minutes. It could be, but 5 minutes, in my opinion, is really excessive. But because your action points are set to -5, I think if you come out of combat, I don't think you will be able to do much if you stay more than a minute and a half or something like that. due to the fact that, don't forget, like execution points, you require 150 action points, and your basic attack generates only 11. So you have to be careful with that. But I never understood 100% how this -5 regen works. Hey, Smite. How you doing, buddy? Torment deals 21% melee attack power, 280 piercing damage to target enemy, generates 1 combo point on the target. Burn at the stake, same execute as Free Company, we've seen it. Exit Wound, 1.5 second cast, deals 30% range attack power, 400 piercing damage to the target, and gives them 1 stack of reduced healing received, generates 1 card. So Free Company does not have healing debuff, but the Witch Hunter has stealth and a healing debuff. Blessed Bullets, it's an execute, deals 59% range attack power, and 782 piercing damage to the target. So instant damage, but does have a 1.5 second cast time and is 50 feet range. Seal van Frostman, this is the spell which you gain resistances but you lose armor. So trade-off. Vigilance, your detaunt. Emperor's Ward is different from the Free Company. Free Company gives 400 shields for 3 seconds to himself or herself. However, the Witch Hunter gives shields to all group mates with 100 feet if they have this if they have the same tactic, and it's 300 absorbed over 3 seconds. The healing enhanced tactic, Sanctioned Murder, whenever you critically hit an enemy, you will generate 1 combo point on them. So you could use a skill that deals a combo point. If you crit, that becomes 2 combo points. Waylay is the same as on the Free Company. So Burn at the Stake, Rapture, Blessed Bullets, and Hollow Bullets have a 30% chance per combo point consumed to generate combo points. So you use them, they could be reapplied a little bit. As weapons, the Witch Hunters equip 100 swords and pistols, the typical. Seems like they get the same range of DPS morals. Serve Nerve, Broad Swing, single target abilities also hit 2 other people. Force of Will or group mates have a buff for 10 seconds that reduces their action point by 75. Friends in Slaughter, morale 4, 40% outgoing damage for group mates 100 feet, and 50% reduced cooldowns of duration. All this looks interesting, but the wait for the server to launch is still a long time, and definitely not this year. Raven, I don't know when the server is coming out. I'm personally working on the assumption where they said on July, months, not years. But personally, I'm trying to keep myself updated because I'm kind of interested on the project. So every time there's an update, I tend to look into it. I don't know if the guard stacks tips. I don't know. But it could, because it just gives you stats. So it could. I don't know. Men of Action, passive, reduces the cast times of Blessed Bullet, Exit Wounds, and Silence Heretic for 0.5 seconds and reduces their damage by 15%. So you can reduce cooldown, but you also lose damage. Probably not going to pick it, but I'm putting points just to move the line along. Chaos Stalker, passive. While in Stalk, that is stealth, your movement speed is increased by 7%. The action point cost of your execute is reduced by 50%. So from 150 action points goes to 75. And all group mates within 100 feet gain 1 stack of purity every 3 seconds. I suppose that is a must. The rest here is statistics, initiative, strength, etc. Fleet-footed, 15% more movement, you lose 1 mass, standard for DPS. Silence Heretic, 40 action points, 1.5 seconds cast time. Most of those skills on the Witch Hunter have 1.5 and 2 second cast time. It's going to be slightly, I would say, difficult to do that. So that is a silence. I think I've read it correctly. I think I did. Exquisite Swordsmanship, morale 1, you gain a buff for 3 seconds, increasing your dodge by 100. Righteous Steel tactic, bind weapon, that's disarm. Silence Heretic, Silence Smash will now also deal 21% melee attack power, 280 impact damage to the target and generate 1 combo point. Unfair advantage tactic, same as the Free Company. Whenever you hit an enemy you are flanking, you gain a buff for 2 seconds. For the duration, you gain outgoing damage equal to 100%. I really like this. This tactic usually was if you're flanking somebody, you're doing 50% damage while you're flanking them. So you had to try and stay behind them. But with this, you can run around, and if you are behind using any skill, you get just the damage buff. I think it's more practical this way. Superior Steel. Passive. The second hit of steel and gunpowder deals 100% additional damage. That is up here. So for the second shot to happen, I think you have to be within 8 feet. Maximum range is 50, but which can just fight close. I suppose this is something that it could be used to increase your damage output. More stats. Razor Strike deals 10% melee attack power, 126 piercing damage up to 9 enemies within 30 feet in front of you. You generate a combo point on each target hit. Multi-hit combo, apply 5 combo points to 9 enemies within 30 feet of you. That's morale 2. Encourage Confession tactic. Whenever you hit an enemy with an execute, you will apply 2 stacks of reduced block and 3 stacks of purity on them. Improve vigilance. It reduces your outgoing, actually increases your outgoing damage when you use detaunt. Let's get some more points here. Seal of Wilhelm. This is the one that you gain armor for 10 seconds and you lose resistances. But if you do pick it, you also can get Sanitation Project, Career Tactic. Seal of Wilhelm will no longer apply its blessing. Instead, it will apply a 10-second duration alignment to up to 48 enemies within 30 feet of you that reduces armor by 1,000. So with this tactic, you can convert that shield into an AoE armor debuff by 1,000. Find Weakness, Career Tactic. While you're in Stalk, you gain a blessing which lasts for 10 seconds. After you leave Stalk, that is a stealth. For the duration, you gain 25% critical chance. So for 10 seconds after you come out of stealth, you gain 25% critical chance. Not bad. Trial by Pain. That's the execute for 150 points. Castable while you move. Deals 10% melee attack power, 123 piercing damage to target enemy, and up to 8 other enemies within 30 feet of them every second. It's a 2-second channel. Okay, and you also can get Pain Unleashed. It's the passive. Reduce the channel duration and tick interval by 5%. So same thing as a Shaman Archmage's beams. You can make them tick faster. No one expects the Inquisition, Career Tactic. The first time you hit a target, you generate 5 combo points on them. This effect cannot happen once every 20 seconds. Can only happen once every 20 seconds. Emperor's Champion, Morale 3. It's the one that gives you 250 ballistic skill, intelligence, and strength. Love by All, the same. Vitriolic Judgment, Career Tactic. You have a 100% chance whenever you get a killing blow and a 33% chance whenever you use an execute to reset the cooldown on Stalk. Oh, so your Stalk has a 45 seconds cooldown. It's a 2.5 second cast ability while you can cast while moving, and if you kill somebody, you reset it. If you get the killing blow, sorry, not if you kill somebody, if you get the killing blow, you reset it. And during your executes, you have 33% chance to reset it as well. I don't know how useful that would be in the builds. It could, if you can pop out somebody, let's say is low, you've been in combat, you have morale 2, you go something like morale 2, full 5 points, or you use the tactic to give you 5 points on the first attack. So someone's at 50%, you come out, 1 attack, 5 combo points, execute, he dies, you get a killing blow, and then you stealth again. I mean, if you're going to be the little kill stealer. Oh, Ramasee. Oh, thanks. Guard stacks. Yeah, I thought so because of stats, but yeah, thanks, dude. So that could be a thing, I suppose. Smash, same as in Free Company. It's the knockdown. Sanctified Oils, passive. Your attack deals additional elemental damage equal to 5% of your spell attack power. So, because I'm not very good at math. So we can go, if you put all 4 points on that one, it's passive. So I like passive stuff myself. I don't like pressing too many buttons, but not too little buttons. Your attack deals additional elemental damage up to 20% spell attack power. Feint and Reposition. Ability, no cost, instant cast, 60-second cooldown, 8 feet range. Knock yourself back away from the target enemy. Remove all combo points from its enemy within 50 feet. Oh, so your knockback comes at a high cost of removing all combo points from its enemy in 50 feet. Well, I suppose you gotta give something to take something. And the Resurrect Blasting ability on this specialization, the Witch Hunter, is Dragon Gun. Castable while moving, 2-second cast time. Applies an 8-second duration cripple and 5 combo points to up to 9 enemies 30 feet in front of you. Each second, the target and up to 9 enemies within 20 feet of them will take 10% range attack power and 100 elemental damage. Now it's a little AoE. But Ramasee, since you're here, I have a question, because I was going through Free Company and Witch Hunter so far, and I came up with a question. There is a morale, this one, right? Which it's a morale 2, and it says applies 5 combo points to up to 9 enemies within 30 feet of you. So if I am a Witch Hunter, right, I came out of, I use this morale 2, and I hit 9 enemies. All right. So each one of them will have 5 combo points. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 5 combo points each, because I don't know, they're sitting together drinking beer, whatever. So they get all the 5 combo points. According to combo points, the combo points last 20 seconds on the target. Okay. Oh, you just woke up? Good morning. So I'm a Witch Hunter. I use my morale 2. I give 5 combo points to 9 enemies. So the combo points are on the enemies. The question is this. I generated the combo points. Can a second or a third Witch Hunter show up and use execute on the targets that have my combo points? Like, can I be the one generating combo points on the targets, and can other Witch Hunters use their executes on those targets, or they can only use combo points they generated? Because I came up with a weird scenario where somebody comes in, does the morale 2, and there's like Witch Hunter popping up going execute, because they can only do 2 due to the action points. I was like, that would be crazy. If that is possible, just people coming up, execute, and then go on to the combat. All right, so this is the Witch Hunter. So Free Company, no stealth, no stalk. Witch Hunter does have it. I would say it's fairly similar here, the mechanics, except for the stealth and some different buffs. And then we have on the Swordsman, the third specialization, hard specialization, is Outrider, which is an offensive support. Let's see now what we get different. Also, I don't see Stalk here somewhere. Oh, so at the moment that works. Oh, I like it. So I can go in as a Witch Hunter, do morale 2, spread the points out, and the other Witch Hunters. Because like I have in mind this situation when we have those like group of 5 Witch Hunters and group of 5 Witch Elves on Return of Reckoning that pop up and they all fight together. So that's how I came up with that. That would be crazy. But we'll see how that works. All right. Right. Outriders. Same mechanic, combo points. Still in Gunpowder, we've seen it. Extra Wounds, we've seen it. Blessed Bullets. Bottle Stick, that's new. Castable while moving. Toggle. Ooh. I think this is the first toggle ability that I see. I don't remember another class with this. While active, gain 20% movement speed and 1.5 second faster cast times, but lose 40% accuracy. Nice. And it's toggle Fervor, the same. Silencer is the silence. Split shot, new one. 60 action points, 1.5 cast time. Deals 24% range attack power and 310 piercing damage to target and up to 2 enemies within 20 feet of them. Generates 1 combo point on its target hit. Smoke screen, this is your detaunt, 150 feet range. Target will deal 50% less damage to you for 15 seconds. This effect is removed if you hit the target with this ability. Let's see if the tactics are the same. Emperor's Ward, shields on yourself when you use basic attack. Sigmund's Favor, enhanced healing. Sanctioned Murder, when you do a critical on the enemy, you generate 1 combo point. And Waylay, it's the same. Outriders can equip 100 swords and rifles. 100 swords and rifles. So let's see, Witch Hunter is 100 swords and pistols. Duo yield 100 swords. Rifles, that's going to look interesting. Same initial morals, serve nerve, broad swings, force of will, and friends in slaughter. We got oh, I didn't remove my points. I didn't remove the points. So here we have more statistics, strength, intelligence, etc. Here, let's see what's different. Shooting range, passive, you gain 10% range. So you can go up to all the way up to 50% range. So Outrider looks like we're going to go on the range style. Fleet-footed, typical career tactic, 15% speed, lose 1 mass. We've seen this so many times today. Razor Strike, deal 10% melee attack power, 126 piercing damage up to 9 enemies within 30 feet in front of you. You generate 1 combo point for each target hit. Exude Swordsmanship, morale 1, 3-second buff, increase your dodge by 100. Quick Shot, 45 action points, instacast, deals 27% range attack power, 375 piercing damage to target enemy, and applies 1 combo point and 1 stack of reduced agility. And if you so choose it, you can upgrade that to Mercury Tips, passive. Quick Shot now deals 6% more damage and has a 33% chance to apply 1 stack of reduced hardiness to the target. So you can do more debuffs. Favored Fury. Favor now applies a cripple, which deals damage and applies 1 combo point to the target every 5 seconds. Pistol Corpse, passive. Steel and gunpowder generates 5 more action points. Cool. Barbed Strike. Barbed Strike. If I said that correctly. If you are within 8 feet of your target, steel and gunpowder applies ensnared and momentum to your target. It also applies 15% movement speed increase to the caster for 5 seconds. Like kind of like a passive I'm catching up to you mechanism. Nice. Multi-hit combo applies 5 combo points up to 9 enemies. That's a morale 2 I was asking about. And Carrot's Confession, another tactic. Whenever you hit an enemy with an execute, you will apply 2 stacks of reduced block and 3 stacks of purity on them. Oh, Ramasee, is it easy for you to type what purity is? Because I don't have it on my list of things. I don't remember what it does. Efficient Strikes, passive. Your basic attack has a 20% chance to generate 1 combo point on the target. Blinkers, passive with 5 ranks. Battle Steed now increases movement speed by 22% and the accuracy penalty is now 37. But if you put all 5 points onto that, you can get a staggering movement speed by 30% and accuracy penalty 25. Okay. Pierce Defense, career tactic. Whenever target blocks an ability, they will take 1 stack of reduced piercing resistance and 1 stack of reduced corporeal resistance. Spread Shot, 150 points in an execute. Deals 18% range attack power and 229 piercing damage to target enemy and up to 8 enemies within 20 feet of them. No one expects the Inquisition. We've seen that. Rifled Barrels, 3 ranks passive. You gain 3% outgoing damage. This bonus is lost while on Battle Steed. Ooh, I like. What I don't like was the specific song playing. Sweeping Razor. Razor Strike, Spray Shot, Trial by Pain can now hit up to 24 enemies, so you have AoE built there. Emperor Champion, the usual thing that gives you 250 Ballistic Intelligence Strength. Loved by all is the same. Marked for Death, that's a bit different. 50 action points, 75 feet range, off the global cooldown. Applies Marked to the enemy. Marked reduces the target's damage reduction by 15% for 10 seconds. So basically they take 5% more damage. Purity stacks to 10. Purity prevents Chaos Corruption being applied to you if present. If Chaos Corruptions are present first, Purity will dispel them. It works exactly like Enhanced Stats versus Reduced Stats. Oh, okay. So that's the Corruption Chaos spreads. We've seen this last time they released the Chaos was, what, a week ago? Maybe 2 weeks ago. So if you missed the Chaos review that we're doing today, you guys want to watch it, I have it on 4 videos on my YouTube. You can check it out if you want. So you see how the corruption works and what the skills are. Of course, you can always come here on the builder. There's a pin message on your chat on the top, and you can check it out directly on here, and you can play with the builds a little bit. But keep in mind that you can only pick one heart specialization. You can't mix and match. Where we're going next? Marked is said. What is this? Marked of Death we said, and also opens up double death. Marked for Death will apply to another enemy within 30 feet of the original target. Suppressive Fire, passive. Each time you hit an enemy, they will lose 1% dodge and 1% movement speed for 2 seconds. This effect stacks up to 2 times. Morale 4, well, they're going to put something here, is not ready. Hail of Bullets. 150 action points, so I suppose that's an execute. Castable while moving, requires Battle Steed. Deals 15% range attack power, 182 piercing damage every 0.5 seconds. You're gonna want points on Suppressive Fire. Well, they lose 1% dodge, 1% movements for 2 seconds. This effect stacks up to 20 times. Yeah. So you can 20%. Yeah, okay. It's big numbers now. So Battle Steed, castable while moving. Oh, it's a toggle that you get 20% movement speed and 1.5 faster casting time, but you lose accuracy. So you need to be toggled on to use Hail of Bullets. And then the Outrider, the offensive support, also gets the same Zerg busting ability as the Witch Hunter here, which you apply an 8-second duration cripple and 5 combo points up to 9 enemies 30 feet in front of you. 8 seconds the target and up to 9 enemies within 20 feet of them will take 10% range attack power and 100 elemental damage. And that's the last hard specialization for the Swordsman, the class you know before as a Witch Hunter. So Free Company is a melee with dual yielding 1 swords, pretty much what you expect. It has charge, all the nice little things, and seals to change armor, exchange armor for resistances and resistance for armor as you play along with the combo point and the executes, more or less. Witch Hunter is the stealth class that has, again, combo points, execute, stealth, and similar mechanisms to the Free Company. But this dude also gets sword and a gun as weapons, so you can visually distinguish the 2 hard specializations. And then is the offensive support, which as support, I would say it has a lot of movement. It can chase enemies, it can slow down enemies, disarm, knock down, silence. So it supports very nicely if you're trying to catch people. This guy will be your go-to guy because it gets massive speed buffs. I mean, 20% movement speed there. With, I've lost it now, here, or not here, where's that one? That one. Suppressive Fire, it can reduce the speed even further, stacked up to 20 times, just keep hitting them from range or whatever. More ranged attack powers due to steel and gunpowder. So melee with stealth, element, melee with more ranged capabilities and support, mainly for movement. But other things, but I like it. It's a good thing that all 3 specializations that we've seen in all 4 races so far, the Dwarf, the Greenskins, the Chaos, and Empire so far, they're all usable in different scenarios. It's not like before where you say, okay, I'm not going to play Engineer Tinker because just Tinker is just not there. But since you can only pick one hard specialization, And also having the tactic switching 3 or 4 of your skills to AoE without damage reduction means you have an AoE build, and a Witch Hunter can also be part of a warband, having 4 and 5 AoE skills, hitting up to 24 people at the same time. So there were only one class left to see. No, when it comes to stealth tips, if you play Order and a Witch Hunter stealths next to you, you don't see him either. When a class stealths on Interbellum is 100% stealth from friendlies and from enemies. You cannot see them even if you are in the group. So they won't be able to see other Witch Hunters. They won't be able to see Witch Elves. They won't be able to... I don't know how the hell you're going to heal them if they're stealthed. Right? Because I'm assuming you could possibly target them like clicking the group icon, but you won't be able to visually see them. That's what I know. That when they go stealth, they're 100% stealth from everybody. Your friendlies, you're no longer run around and say, oh, there's a Witch Hunter there. Let me attack this guy and the Witch Hunter will join. You can't see them. So you don't want to have that, let's say, advantage there. Free Company is a melee bruiser, high DPS and defenses. Witch Hunter, stealth-based, mixed range. Outrider, pretty much full range, 50 feet, highly mobile, but misses a lot unless you gear for it. You don't actively heal stealthies. That's kind of the point. Yeah, I suppose a little bit of AoE heal every now and then. Yeah, I mean, but I am correct when I say friendlies can see them, right? Because I remember this. You cannot target someone in stealth. There we go. So we won't be able to see them either.